Hello and welcome to episode 40 of our Timberborn Update 6 Waterbeavers playthrough here at Cycle 45 Day 3. Last time we had a whole lot of stuff get built, and we named our second district. Now it's time to name our third. The winner of the poll, based on your suggestions, is the district in the corner from our friend Stitches2690. So, you guys sure love these descriptive place names instead of the whimsical ones, but hey, it won, so on it goes. Oh no, I don't have space. The district in the corn it is. Well, hope you like that. At any rate, today's goal, fix a whole bunch of little stuff and maybe make some progress toward unlocking some more fun later game things. We do have this second deep water pump under construction right now that just needs a single metal fastener. And metal fasteners have been kind of annoying the past couple of episodes for us to get. I've got some ideas to change that based on your suggestions. But that is just about going to get things covered right here for a little bit better water situation. We have, come on, click on that. We have a river bath here, and you guys really like the idea of me putting in decorations right in front of these guys, because every beaver has to go through here, so why not? We did it over somewhere. Yeah, we did it over here. And then this district, of course, also has that ability. Doesn't take up any extra space, just, you know, put something in front of it, and we're all good to go. So, our second district, which, of course, is named Downriver, has both mechanical drills for iron and coal. I clicked on the wrong ones in the wrong order, but you get the idea. So, we're producing everything in this district to make scrap metal, but all of our primitive smelters are in this district. Let's change that. Let's move these to the other district, and then also open up some additional space for water wheels for power, and also mechanized water pumps. So let's go through here. That one is not working. That one is not working. That one is almost done. That one just started, but we're going to get rid of it. And that one is fine also. So we're going to let this one get finished, and we're going to rebuild over here, because we have some spaces that might actually do pretty well with it. I don't want to put them right here because we do want to have good access to this, but we have space right here. That's not going to be too terribly bad. I'll just make this fit right here like so. This wooden staircase can instead, along with this, and this, be replaced by a ladder, which honestly, I don't know that... Okay, yeah, we're going to want to have that. We're going to want to have that for sure. That'll go there. That'll go there. That'll go there. I've also been told that we could put a second gravity battery 90 degrees right here, so long as they don't, you know, touch each other. And that is a good thing for us to work toward long term as well. That is why, one of the reasons why I put in, come on, let me click on this thing, that power shaft intersection right there. So shouldn't be too big of a deal. And then we can also blast stuff out this way and let it be what it's going to be. And yes, we can put another one right here if we feel so inclined and just blast this out. But that's going to be something that will, in fact, just take time. So 3 of these things here are going to do a whole lot better right next to where this stuff gets pulled out of the ground instead of, you know, this nonsense. So, those go away. Let's grab these paths out of here. And I think what's probably going to make the most sense, since everything is connected here, is going to be to build additional water wheels on this side and focus here, since we're closer to our main areas, on putting in some more of these mechanized water pumps. As always, we do need to check and see how many of these blueprints we have for that, which is... I have 2 left, so we will need to duplicate. Well, I have 2 left in this one district. We'll need to duplicate before too long, and that is going to require that we rebuild a couple of buildings. We have our Artist Lodge and our Copyist Lodge. Both need to be rebuilt so we can duplicate blueprints or get blueprints. There you go. And all the space down here, since it's no longer poisoned, can be utilized in a much more effective fashion. I don't want to really build too much here until I get that figured out. But there's still a couple spots that would be okay for us to put in a Copyist Lodge. And another thing here. So, Copyist Lodge there, Artist Lodge can, depending on how you want to do this, go on the ground just like so. We don't have anything really super dependent on this as long as I can get this path reconnected in a slightly different configuration. Wait a second. It does have to be overhanging. What a concept. Okay, so here's an idea. What if I just do that? And then just put that back the way it was. And give them a little spiral staircase. Flip that to the side. I do like these spiral staircases. I think they are pretty neat. So, I know this is like one of the worst things I've maybe ever designed here, but we can bring that up just a touch by doing that. Make sure that this is set to our oversized water pump, and that is set to our oversized water pump, so we don't have any accidents. They can take care of that. It's going to, you know, expand our population a little bit, but that's not a bad thing in and of itself. Still waiting on the metal. Oh, no. They have it. They just have to, you know, put it in there. Cool. So, incremental improvements, like I said. We'll get there. It's going to be all right. Don't need to be super worried about things. So, I already was in the process of building another mechanized water pump here. So, we're going to let them continue with that. That requires additional coal, and then that should be everything for that. If I am intelligent, I know, big if there, with how I have this set up, I can put one of these pumps here for this other district. I don't know that that's really going to be super necessary. Actually, yeah, it super is. Okay. But this was supposed to be for spicy soda. I'm not going to worry about that. Let's take these power shafts and kind of reroute them. Because to put this other pump in place, remember, I'm going to wait until we have additional blueprints, but to put this guy in here, that has to go away. Now, I could just, you know, do one of these numbers on this side, but I don't think I want to do it that way. I think instead what's going to make more sense is we figure out a way to have, like, one here and then kind of alternate things. I know this is not really going to be compatible with this right here, but don't forget, we have opportunities to, you know, shuffle things around and not be completely stupid. Or I could just say, you know what, I'm just going to put it here, and it's going to be fine. The power, of course, goes down that second level. You just pop that in like so. It's just going to depend on what all I want to do. This isn't really super ideal, and theoretically, having a whole bunch of these probably isn't in the spirit of the game. And I think these have been nerfed a little bit for Update 7. Instead of, you know, doing things like making giant reservoirs, I'm doing this. We'll see what happens. We got stuff we can mess with. We can put a couple of these in other locations. It's just there's power here, so I figured it would be kind of a smart thing to do. All right, that's done. And get that prioritized. Get some more water coming in. Just make things easier on ourselves. I mean, I have this one that is super deprioritized. So we need more beavers. How do I always find myself in this position? Do I have anything in this thing paused that I don't need to have paused? No, but this is that same district, right? What if I just put in a assistant farmers? Yeah, okay, that's going to house 3 more beavers. But add 2 jobs. So then I can do some of that. It's going to house 6 more beavers and add 4 more jobs, which, you know, still gets this number down a little bit. That's fine. This is scavenger flag that can no longer scavenge because there's no access to it. Well, we have a solution for that. It's called stairs. Just pop those guys in right there. They can get to this. That'll help that problem get solved. Lumberjacks are not going to be jacking any more lumber. Well, at least not up here. But we also have the lumberjacks barn. So that's the wrong one. This can definitely go away. That solves one job problem. Little incremental steps. Now, what are they trying to build first? I guess I probably should check. We've got 4 of these guys. Ah, of course, they're building these. Well, I mean, I did say that was important, and we are currently not producing enough power, so I guess this does have to be a thing that we take care of sooner rather than later. All right, no real issues there. Really, nobody came to finish this? Come on, man. Get it together. Let's go triple speed. I unfortunately do not have the 30 times speed and improve because this is update 6. But you know how it goes. Made any progress here. We do have the copyist lodge, so that's good. As soon as I have enough paper, and that shouldn't be too much longer because we have a ton stored, they can start duplicating that into the unfancy ones. Alright, so let's continue going down the list of stuff here. I know we're kind of jumping around, running with chickens with our heads cut off, etc. But there's just so many small things we need to take care of. Okay, let's look at the ENS. I've had this paused for a while. And that's because all of these materials that go into making the Masters of Metallurgy have been really important for us to have for other stuff. And I don't anticipate, resuming this anytime soon. However, we need science. Science has been kind of a pain. There is a recipe for about, 50 science per hour with the ENS. And that requires brain-boosting salts, pumpkin chips, grapes, spicy soda, lotus flower tea, and fried rice. Now, we're already making most of this. Spicy soda, not so much, but we can easily make that. Pumpkin chips, I turned that recipe off because I was told how bad it was. And grapes. Well, we don't have grapes. And these blueberries... Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. I had that turned off. Install the automation mod. Yeah, I probably should. But grapes. We need to have grapes. And I have to have somewhere to put them that's going to make sense. If I just continue blasting various places out here, we can continue making things make sense. Now, I did plant blueberries here because I didn't think we needed any more giant sequoias than this for the time being. But I do want to leave space open. Remember, these are 3x3s, so if I am sure this is not going to be polluted ever again, then that one not there. No, that's not gonna play nice. Where's the closest I can put one of these? Okay, offset like that. I might as well at this point just put that right where it goes. And this isn't going to work here because it has the natural overhangs, which we need to remove. Well, we don't really, strictly speaking, need to remove. I just think it's a little bit better if we do. I'm going to do a thing here. Let's put in tall platform. I love the spiral staircases. How many times have I said that? And you're begging me, please stop. I don't want to hear you gushing about spiral staircases ever again. Well, I've got bad news for you. I'm going to keep doing it. So, I believe probably the easiest thing for us to do here is going to just be to put in that, set these to demolish, and then we'll work our way into the corner as necessary. But just making stuff happen as we can. I realize now that because this path is going here, this isn't going to work, but it's temporary, not forever. And more importantly, I can now put grapes in. Not a ton of grapes, but some grapes. So we can start the process, and it's right next to the ENS. Let's change this to science points, unpause, and I'm just going to put 2 workers in here so they can slowly start stocking what we can produce. Brain boosting salts, fried rice, grapes, lotus flower tea, pumpkin chips, spicy sodas. We've already gone through most of this, but lotus flower tea is going to be good to have something to do with that. Fried rice we have 1,700 of. Pumpkin chips, if I were to... Oh, this is flooded again. Well, who could have seen that coming? Sometimes... Of course this gets put in now. Well, I have no words. I really don't. It's, Yep. How deep is this? Okay, that's actually kind of... that's not going to evaporate for a long time. Okay, it's probably going to be easiest to just let this drain out naturally. But I don't really have somewhere for it to go. So, man, what a pain. Why are you complaining? You did this. I know. I know. I can't reach this unless I get up, but it will flow through here just fine, and we gotta be able to do stuff, man. At least the district center allows them to work while things are wet. We'll just say that. We just have to put that in place, and then they can pop these, and then I can let that out. Man, I just... okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I can't think about this anymore. Are we making enough power? Still not technically, but I think I'm gonna have to lower the priority in that water wheel so we can start making some more scrap metal, because you know it's not gonna be that helpful for a super long time. Yep, still waiting on that. Well, you know, yeah, it's fine. I originally came over here to see if I could modify this to be pumpkin recipe again, and since I've got 1,500 rice balls, and this isn't really a great place to be making those anyway, now I can do this, because we've got pumpkins right here. Mountain salt, in theory. I used to have a storage for the mountain salt over here. Well, let's just make this a little bit simpler. Pop that guy in there for the mountain salt. Sunflower oil and pumpkins, of course, all super close. And we're already making pumpkin chips. So we're one step closer. What do we do about spicy sodas? Well, first of all, where is spicy soda made? It is made in the cooking house with brambles and water. And now that we're actually producing, well, I guess slightly more brambles. Blow that up. We need to have more blueberries, so that's why I'm taking a moment to plant those. Cooking house. That's what I was getting at. The mechanized cooking house does not have a recipe for it, but the regular one does. And the regular one we have right now, excuse me, is making fried rice. We don't need this one to be making fried rice. This is actually probably a bad place for this fried rice to be made. If I change this to spicy soda, then all it has to have is bramble flowers, water, and then it makes spicy soda. And I can remove... Actually, I can change this to be bramble flowers instead. Let's think smarter, not harder. This is still making kimchi, which is bramble flowers and cabbages. So, you know, there is a good reason to have all of that stuff in here. Let's do, I guess, just 2 of those is fine. This, of course... Oh, these are making rice balls anyway. Oh, that one was, and this one's making... it's fine. Finish your thoughts. I can't understand what you're saying. Well, that makes 2 of us. Let's see. Need more pumpkins. This is, I guess, doing okay with pumpkins so far. Probably could stand to have some more planted, but you know how these things go. This is ready to blast. And away we go. All that water, go away. Do not come back any other day. This also probably needs to have the thing put back in it, but it's going to be okay. So now I can lower this again because we're not going to have any more flooding problems except for the river bath. But that's okay because we have these showers here. This is kind of the backup thing anyhow. Chestnut trees halfway grown, and then we have to wait again. How are things to go in here? We built anything? No, because they're still building this. All right, well, I did say that was important, and then I said they also had to build this, which is another thing entirely. Clay, I've been told I need to keep an eye on because we've turned this into panning for gold, which, you know, that's fun, but we need clay. So I will wait for this one to finish. I know 1 piece of gold, who cares, but every little bit matters. And there we go. Now it's making clay again. Cool, so that's some problems. I'm not going to say solved, but substantially helped. If they can just bring some of these foods here, that would be fantastic. I don't have enough extra beavers really to assign any more to this. but it's going to be okay. We'll get there slowly. And now I've got... Oh, I'm not going to need that many. Let's pause these. Remember, they're not dams. We can actually do that now. Take a look at our distribution of beavers here. Yeah, I need one more. Technically, I guess 2. It's probably fine. Over here in Downriver. Main district, if I can find the center. There we go. Okay, that's evened out. I was a little worried on that for a bit. We got lotus flowers coming in. Remember that we do still need to keep expanding this to make more methane, because methane is being consumed voraciously by the balloons and other recipes. Like I said, lots of little stuff to take care of. It's not always the most... Oh, that's poison. We can't have that. I'm not going to blast away poison bits. But I can do, I guess, the rest of this. Probably be fine. I really don't want to build another one of those repelling things, because that just... It takes so many resources to run those. So we'll do that instead. And if I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need access to this, I might as well get the rest of this blown out so we can have even more of those guys. Okay, things looking pretty good. We do have a lot of burns, which is unfortunate because this was, you know, a really effective thing for a long time. Except we can't keep up with all of the supplies. Seems to be a little bit of an issue. I guess I should check and see which districts actually have the burned ones. Minor burn. I'm just going to click on these. Ah, yes. Okay. Well, I don't have any burn beds in this district, do I? We can fix that. Every time I say that or hear that, I think of Doolittle in the Holes movie. That movie had no right being as good as it was for a book adaptation. Let's check this again. Minor burn. Well, that's fine. That's in the same district. Same district. Same district. Same district. Is that the same guy who was burned before? No, there's 2 of them, so I was right to build 2 of those. That's fine. Oh, don't you love those sounds overlaid on top of each other? Doesn't it make you want to, you know, commit crimes? I digress. I digress too many times. Okay, they're waiting on planks. Can't get materials. Am I out of planks? I am not out of planks. Does this district have a storage for planks? Yes, it does. Is it being imported? No. Actually, I don't know that. It probably is being imported. It is not being imported. We need more workers, but I don't have enough beavers to be workers. Everything compounds and compounds and compounds and compounds over and over and over again until there's no more compounding that can occur. So at risk of, you know, saying the magic words again, I'm not going to do that quite so stubbornly here. Let's take this. Oh, okay. Peacock. You've Peacocked your last Peacock. I'm going to move it somewhere else once I have the space to do something with it. But now I have to put in, for the sake of the other district, another mechanized water pump, and it's just going to be faster, easier to do it this way. But don't forget, I have the ability to do other things with this also, if I find a better location for this. This is just kind of a rat's nest of stuff, and I'm not really in love with it. But it is what it is. So instead of this nonsense, I know this is like what in the heck is wrong with this guy doing this way? Look, it's complicated. Scientists still aren't sure. But I can put this here. I know that for a fact. If I make this a 4-way, then I can blast this out. See? Yeah, the wheels are turning. Might not be going very far, but the wheels are turning. I just have to get up here. See, this is how I get so distracted with this stuff, and then I forget that I was in the middle of doing literally anything else. So if that goes here, then that is going to be 1 block further over than I really want with this, but I guess that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna choose not to worry about it. That is just going to be for my mental health benefit. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just do things the correct way. I'm trying. I guess this is going to be the easiest way to do it. Probably. This is going to be able to be removed because it can run on top. I remember I was going to have that one go here, but I'm having that go there instead. I guess that's fine. This one can be over on this direction. Yeah, we'll roll with that. That should work. And then I don't have to feel bad about it. Yeah, okay. That's the wrong button. Yes. Let's do that. I think they can build from the other corners here. If not, we'll figure it out. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Unless it is. So that's going to connect there. I can't do a universal thing here, but I can make that a four-way, and I can have this intersect like so. Then that can be like that. All right. I hope this makes some lick of sense. I know it likely will not, but I'm trying. I really am. I think this should work, but I'm not going to disconnect anything until it's actually going to be ready to go. Okay, so that can function without workers. That means it can be super deprioritized along with this. But we're supposedly going to be making scrap metal, if I can get any iron out of this. Ah! Drill bits. My arch nemesis. This is waiting on methane. Yeah, see, everything comes back to everything else. We knew this. B for boom? Anybody? There we go. So now it is time for nenuphars, lotuses, etc., so on and so forth. We're getting there. Except I don't have enough nenuphars. We're going too soon, though. Pumpkin chips have been pumpkin chipped out. Are any of them in here? 45. Now we're just waiting on grapes. These are growing. We already knew that was going to be a thing. Let's, at the risk of causing catastrophe here, add more to these guys. And I guess I can do this to try and keep a little bit of the pollution out. These two should remove stuff here, and I can blast this out. I can move the minty bamboo shoot storage and plant more things. But we have a tremendous need to have this stuff actually set up appropriately. Look at this giant sequoia, and it's wobbling because somebody's cutting it down. Now, are they using mild disease, or are they using the giant sequoia feller? That's for you to decide. Those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, it's an option, apparently, for mild disease to cut down the giant sequoias, which I think is really funny. At any rate, we do have this one super, well, not super deprioritized, but still on the docket, I guess you could say, for things to work here. Working on this. That's going in. This can be blasted, but I'm not going to do it right now because I don't have somewhere else for stuff to go. I know this is ugly. It's fine. We don't need to worry about it. Strong alcohol. I've been informed and I never believed it. And I still kind of don't, even though I have no reason to believe these people are lying to me. Strong alcohol cannot be consumed by beavers. But you know how it goes. Old habits die hard. Sometimes they die harder with a vengeance. But at any rate, we have 3 days until we have a drought. Gotta get more water pumped, which is one of the reasons why I've been trying to build so many of these things. But we have to wait. Everything takes everything. Alright, we need scrap metal. These stairs absolutely have to be built. And we don't have any iron here because we don't have any drill bits, so you know how it goes. But I know I have a drill bit. Is it in this district? It is not. So where is my drill bit? Is it in this district? It is. Why is it not being exported when there's a need for it? That is not a question I know how to answer, so we're not going to attempt it. This is making other stuff just as soon as it gets more methane, which requires nenuphars, which are growing over here, which are being brought over here. I just need 2 more. And they're in here, so I guess we're just waiting on hauling beavers to move stuff around. Or I could just put a beaver in this fermentation barrel, because this is very important. I guess that's going to be the easiest thing for us to do, even if it's not technically the correct way to do it. We're doing okay on water here? We're doing okay. We're not doing fantastic, but we are doing okay. Water is substantially improved here. We actually need more capacity to store it. We have 50 beavers, so that's only really going to be good for about a 6-day, 7-day drought maybe, which I guess is about all we're doing anyhow. Okay, another thing that was asked is the giant buried tank with the door on top, which we haven't unlocked yet, going to be able to be built in a hole that is flooded so long as the doorway is not. It is my understanding that that should work, but I don't have a great place to try that. So I guess we'll see what happens. Waiting on one more plank here. Things are fine. We're about to not have any power, though. So I almost would rather this get done first. But we have almost all the components anyway, so that should be fine. It'll help keep some things alive. We could always blast this down, and honestly probably should. Don't think we need to be particularly concerned. We'll keep our eyes peeled. What a horrible expression. It is absolutely gut-wrenching pain. Yeah, more scrap metal. Come on, man. I know we got rid of all these things on the ground, and that's why it is the way it is. Oh, this isn't accessible to this other district. Well, that's not really going to matter, is it? Let's take these paths away, and then I guess for the time being, I will just put another staircase here so we can collect this in the correct district. Yeah, this is going to be a good opportunity just as soon as this power stops for me to get everything else connected here. Well, actually, it's not going to matter, because all I have to do is make that a 4-way, and I think they can reach it. And that's not going to be that big of a deal. For the next day and a half, at least. Hopefully somebody can actually do this. It's not saying they can't reach it, so I'm assuming they can. Those will get removed, this will get blasted out, and then we can have safer passage that way. Grapes, we already knew were going to take a long time. But everything else here is looking pretty good. The spicy sodas are, in fact, being made. Big improvement there. Bramble flowers, not quite there yet. We need these to be harvested a lot better, which is going to take some time. I'm going to say these domesticated brambles need to go away. So let's... Oh, that's dangerous. I can't unplant those or they're going to spread. I'm going to leave that one planted. But I'm going to unplant these so that they can just be harvested. And this one can stay planted so it doesn't spread to the path. But we need to blast this out so they have easier access to this area, because right now, Wood Filling Planification Lodge only has access to this and has to go through here, and the beavers are busy. And they got all sorts of other stuff going on. I want to make this into, ideally, grapes. So if this has been pulled up, let's do this. Going to make that into grapes. It can't spread past anything else. You just have to stay on top of planting what they pull up. But I thought you were going to put a path there. Why'd you do that? Well, I do not want these guys to spread any more than they absolutely have to, and we can always route around other stuff. Yeah, I guess that's going to be fine. Right now we need grapes. And we will need them for probably the foreseeable future. So that helps solve that problem. This right here with the exotic seeds needs to go somewhere else. I don't really have anywhere else for it to go because that is the only storage on the entire map. So what do you do with exotic seeds? Well, They go in the tree nursery. I don't think there's any other recipe that uses them. And I'm not entirely sure where else they are going to go, but I need to blast that out. Don't have any iron ore, really? Don't have any room to stick anything else? And yet these guys over here aren't even picking it up. Is that because I don't have a storage for iron ore? It almost certainly is. And I get to be the idiot again today, so. My fault. Sitting here complaining and the entire time, I guess, not really realizing that it was actually me the entire time. No Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the lead pipe. I haven't played Clue in a long time. 0.2 days. Should be about ready for us to take care of that. I'm going to pause the mechanized pumps. That's not a mechanized pump. I'm going to leave these guys pumping because it wasn't a problem last time. But I do want to pause the mechanized pump because it's going to be consuming power. Just about done here. We also need to make more rice. See, so many things I just always forget to remember. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't think too hard. See, I need to blast this also. That needs to get brought out here. Honestly, should probably just level this entire thing, to be perfectly brutally honest with you. But I don't have enough dynamite for that, so let's do this. Just bring this in, just like so. I will give them some sort of avenue to get over here if I just remove... I've got enough logs, I don't need to feel bad about killing a couple trees here. B for boom. Removed. B for boom. Get this connected again. Remember, that's going to be another one of these mechanized water pumps. This is waiting on scrap metal. Who would have thunk it? This is now ready to be removed because it's all connected except for here. So now comes the fun part where I get to figure out if this is even going to be buildable here. Okay, it says they can reach it. That's good. That goes there. I'm going to just assume that is fine. And now the rest of this can be removed. It's just logs on the ground. They might pick it up, they might not. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it if they don't. I guess this is okay. Pick that back up to where it needs to be. Yep, water is looking okay. We're in the middle of demolishing this too, and I just kind of keep forgetting, so let's not do that. Is this triple? It looks like it could be a triple, so let's triple. And that is going to need to be a... Yeah, it needs to be a triple. That needs to be a double. And the reason I'm doing this now is because I have access with this overhang. We'll just have to keep monitoring that. Okay, dynamite, how are we looking? I need nitroglycerin. Are we making it? Yes, we are. What are we waiting on? Sunflower oil. Well, we have sunflower oil, so this seems like a skill issue on behalf of Vamu here. What's this one making? Dynamite. Okay. Can't be mad about that. That's fine. I mean, everything else seems like it's doing okay. We don't have any big flashing alarm bells of chaos here. Oh, by the time these grow up, these chestnut trees are going to need a gatherer flag, which I'm pretty sure does not exist in this district. We'll just double check. That is a confirmation right there. We don't have a gatherer flag, so in we go. Whoa, wow, we have a gap in free beds and... Oh, that... What is my policy for stuff here? Okay, I'm going to need to have... I guess we'll go for 30 here. Yeah, that'll fill that up. And then I do have the triple watertight lodge that I can turn on. I guess that is going to be okay. Just like that. Still have a little bit of a population issue. I've been told I have another baby-making machine scenario occurring, but Ah, it's because all the children get taken away. Alright, well, that was definitely intentional, but I probably shouldn't have done that. Instead, yeah, let's stop doing that. Let's just not do that. Oh, I think the intent was fine for me doing that, but I didn't have everything else set up correctly to make that a viable option. Okay, all three of these producing except this one, which I just lied to you that it was producing, but it's not because it needs one more iron ore and it's about to have it. If we ever make a single drill bit, this is out of gravity battery juice. But this isn't, and neither is this, but it will be. Gravity battery juice. What the heck was I on with this? Alright. Oh, so now I have methane, but I don't have scrap metal. Yep, okay, that tracks. Is there any other scrap metal I can really access besides this? Now that we're not making it in this district at all. It's not looking good, folks. I mean, I have this. If I ever manage to, you know, want to send a beaver down into the middle of nasty down there. Okay, still waiting on grapes. Most of the way grown there. I didn't expect this to work this way. Let's go. Let's set this off. Blast away. Okay. That is going to be substantially better than I thought it would. Let's give them a staircase here, and then a staircase here. I know I'm placing a lot of demands on the explosives, but we will be okay long term. This is ready to go. Ready to go. That means this one can now be ready to go. All in service of getting other stuff taken care of. I know I could have walked across here, but you don't need to get over this. It's not necessary. But before we get rid of it, I just remembered that I can do this nonsense. And then, with the help of that nonsense, I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of this, and then I can keep saying that over and over again until someone wants to drone strike me through their computer. Which I presently do not have the desire to occur, so we're going to keep on moving. I think for them to reach the rest of this, I'm going to have to put a path across that bridge, but this should help us out substantially, and then I can take probably all of this down from the same thing. But it will, in fact, just take time. Look how funny this is with this stuff going down like that. That's really good. Okay, water levels are still looking okay. Food's looking good. Water is not looking good. That's because we can't pump any of this, and we're only pumping from here and with a couple beavers here. We are consuming water really quickly. We come down here, a whole lot of stuff is using it. Again, most of it is irrigation or the cooking houses. But, I mean, mushrooms also. I got a lot of mushrooms. I probably need to be producing more if we're being totally honest with ourselves. Okay, Nennefar's still not sufficient. And these poor fireflies, man. Or, I don't know, they're probably enjoying feasting on frozen human meat. But we can't use their glowing fluid. And we have so much of it. Because I hadn't built the GMO growing labs. Because we didn't have materials. But guess what? We have 1,400 science now, which means I can unlock the GMO growing lab. Now, we talked about this. Some of the recipes are not very good, but the bramble recipe and the berry recipe, that's powerful stuff. That's going to be great, even though it's going to use a lot of water. But I think we're going to unlock a lot of stuff if we, you know, start synthesizing brambles here. So, let's unlock it. Find a place for it to go. What's the recipe for that again? Clay, water, and glowing fluid. So it really kind of doesn't matter where it goes. I had the idea that this would be a good thing to have in this general area. I did not, unfortunately, put in the correct kind of support pylons under this for this to be that viable of a thing, and these rungs on the ladder are not going to be my friend either, so I kind of wish sometimes I could get away with putting the platforms in underneath this, but for the sake of what we are doing here, I think what's going to make the most sense is for us to just take this out, take this out, take this out. Oh, I have to take the path off. And then instead, I'm so glad Waterbeavers allows you to do this now. Stack those platforms, connect it to our ladders, and then move on from there with GMO Growing Labs here. And I'm not going to build the second one yet, but this will allow us to get started very easily. That connects there. It would be tremendously amazing if I could put a... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We've never been so back. Is that still a cool thing the kids say? I have no idea. This would be a great place to... Come on. I guess I'm going to have to... Did that just glitch on me? There he goes. Okay. Oh, I forgot clay goes in the... Okay. Goes in the warehouse, not the pile. Sometimes I can't keep things straight, but that's the way it goes. Clay right there. Now, it would be absolutely stupid if this worked, and it does not work. Good. Thank you. I would have been just irredeemably unhinged if that would have worked. Glowing fluid storage, obviously very necessary there. We just looked at the recipes for this, and they do both require that. Lotus is also available, but I think for now, just the brambles is going to be fine. And it looks like minus planks for some reason. Oh, we are out of planks. That happened fast. And now we're out of power. What a problem. We got 3 days. What am I supposed to do? I need paper. That is not paper. Where's my paper? There's my paper. This does not have any... Wait, I'm not out of paper. I've got 227 of it. So what? Oh, planks. Wow. Okay, I'm dumb. Yeah, there's your... Guess what it's from? I wasn't making crude saw blades. Because I had to have all these tools. Well, that is now going to make crude saw blades. That should help us out, except I don't have any power, and I don't have any power because I didn't have this set up right, and I didn't turn off things that needed to be turned off. This is the part where I ask myself if it's going to be faster to build a third gravity battery, or if I should just delete this one and rebuild it. I choose to delete and rebuild. And then, the way this is set up, this isn't going to make a difference if I do both of these at the same time or not. So they should be able to do that kind of quickly. And this is dead anyway, and it's not connected, so it doesn't matter. Yes, it is a material cost incurred. However, we need power. We absolutely have to have it. And we're going to get it one way or another. It's going to die in 8 days. We're fine on that. This is ready to get blasted. Okay, looking better. I have 12. See, I told you we're going to be just solving so many little problems. Do I really need this space even gotten rid of? I'm not going to use... maybe I am. I can't get rid of these either until the very end. What am I doing, man? What am I doing with this? I'm just making so many questionable choices. Grapes. Got about 4 days-ish. 3.5 days until we're going to have grapes on that. That should be fine. Oh, there's no power. There's not going to be any water either. And I've got 2.3 days, and this is definitely going to run out. Definitely going to run out. And that's going to affect my lotus flowers. What is their drought durability? I feel like this tells me, and I just don't remember. Does not. This is why I don't want to pump during droughts, because it's going to kill all these things, and I need those. So I have 713 lotus flowers. I need nenufars. Would it be so crazy if I let these die and replanted them? Or instead of let them die, I unpause the large farmhouse, we harvest a bunch of them, and then they get replanted. I don't think it's... Honestly, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Let's do it. Let's find out. Let's see what happens. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know everything, because I definitely don't, but I feel like we can get away with doing this once for the benefit of everybody. Because I need to keep pumping. I can't stop, or else we're going to actually be out, and I'm going to have to start pausing all these mushroom things. And yeah, that'll get me water out of it, but it's just going to cause so many problems. Okay, that's looking okay there. That's looking okay there. I mean, I have dynamite, but it's supposed to be used for other stuff. Boy, this episode's all over the place. I appreciate you guys watching and sticking with it. How have we made progress on this? Okay, metal... These blasted metal fasteners. Everything is a problem until it's not a problem. Because I don't... Scrap metal. Scrap metal. Everything. There's a meme in Marching Band that every problem that you ever have is because you're not drinking enough water. And that is the image that just came into my head now. So I was obligated to share that with you. I know none of you actually care, but let's move on to, I guess, putting even more primitive smelters in. Because you can never have too many primitive smelters, no matter what you do. This can also be blasted out if we felt like doing so. I don't know that that's in the cards because I don't have a lot of explosives, but... If I'm going to use explosives here, I think it's going to be a much, much better idea to blast this out, at least to the level that we are here. What is the height of this? I guess I should know. Okay, so that is 1. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4 I could get rid of, I think. Probably. And that is... the same level as... This actually might only be 1 block above the very bottom of the map, so I don't think I could get too much lower than doubles, but we'll see. We'll check it out. Okay, now we are just about out of water. It is 1.2 days. These have been pulled up and replanted. I have not that many nenifars, all things considered. I'm kind of surprised. So maybe this is okay. I don't know. I'm going to have to see what these guys end up doing. All of the workers here going out to do not that. I do see methane, so that's good. Maybe the methane's all in transit. Oh, I was supposed to make gas tanks. That's also a thing. Well, at this point, it's not going to die, so guess what? You're fired. Go do something else. How are we looking here? Okay, there we go. 103 nenifars there. What's the science on the gas tank? 120. Ah! Okay, now I remember why I didn't do it. It was 70 metal blocks. That's not sustainable. And this isn't... It's not dry yet. Okay. Well, are we thirsty? Okay, maybe a little thirsty. But we'll survive. That's waiting on clay. I know I'm producing clay, so that's okay. Oh, clay. I know. Terrible. Alright. I don't want to wait anymore for this, so... If I just say that these have to be doubles, and I will blast all of this out, then that will give us a lot more space. And these can be singles. This tree nursery will have reach basically all the way through this entire thing if I blast all of this out. So I will take that one away because I am also going to have to get up here to take care of the rest of this. Remember, it is a very long process. It does, in fact, just take time. Wait, what's missing here? Kimchi? Of course it is. We never have enough kimchi. But it's because of the bramble flowers, which are supposed to be built here, and we are missing... we're missing planks because I didn't make... Oh, boy. I didn't make the crude saw blades. Well, I am genuinely trying to get this solved. It's just a thing. That needs iron ore. Of course it needs iron ore. Everything needs iron ore. And I don't have it because I don't have any drill bits, and I don't have drill bits because I don't have the... Okay. Wait, I do have the stuff. Oh, it can't operate because there's no power. Wow, where have I seen that one before? Well, at least I think I have this all hooked up correctly. And it looks like it is. So that can be opened all the way up. We didn't actually lose any of these to death. We just lost them to artificial death. That didn't make sense. I know. It's okay. It's going to be fine. Don't think about it too hard. Look what we got. We've got chestnut trees, and we have chestnuts growing. And they're going to be able to get picked up if I ever have a worker to work there. Ah, yes. 8 vacancies, 5 incapacitated. I don't know who's incapacitated with what, but I probably could check. District in the corn. Is that like Children of the Corn? We've got... This one is injured. Minor burn. Okay. This one also has a minor burn. This one also has a minor burn. That's 3 of them. This one's just normal injured. And this one is mild diseased. So... having the minor burns here is good because I have these medical beds, but I do not have basic balm because we're not producing basic balm. Everything's connected. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? I'm not making any more basic balm than I can already use for these guys in here. So I'm going to turn this alchemist on, and we're going to keep on running it back, see what works. So now I can unpause this mechanized water pump. Water's going to take a while to catch up. We already knew this. It's a thing. I need everything at the same time, and I also can't make anything because I don't have anything. But I don't have anything because I haven't made it, because I can't make it, because I need to make it. If your brain hurts, so does mine. 15 empty beds, 43 vacancies, 25 incapacitated beavers. The burns, that bothers me. I thought we solved that a long time ago. But don't forget, we do have some slush, and I do have, well, I thought I had more hauling beavers. We have all these buildings that do not require beavers that are minimum priority jobs. So some of this number is artificial, but it's going to be all right. Let's lower this. Get that going there. I've got grapes just about ready. Those have to be gathered by a harvester's cottage, office, drying tower, or gathering flag. And, you know, I don't remember putting in a gatherer flag over here. So, that is going to need a spot. I guess this is not really optimal, but... Wait, no, what's gathering these blueberries then? I totally do have a gatherer flag. It's right here. What am I on? Okay, no, they can still get that. Oh, it might be about time for me to end this episode. My brain's already fried. But soon we will have grapes. Hey, look at that. Science. Love to see it. And explosions probably can and should resume on the rest of this. I guess just for no other reason than to have this completely accessible. So triple there. Triple there. I've got this area over here. They still haven't finished these, but that's fine because it's, well, it is what it is. Waiting on metal fasteners because we're waiting on scrap metal because we're waiting on everything. And these can't recharge. That was probably our biggest problem. These can't recharge because I have so many things pulling power off of this now. So, you know what happens next. I end up building even more power wheels in the water here. And everyone is thirsty and there's nothing to drink and it's all my fault. What a horrible, horrible beaver overlord I am. Let's just pop these in here. I know they take 150 HP apiece, but that's going to be minimum priority. Slightly lower than minimum priority. Metal fasteners and tar and gears and scrap metal and planks. Let's make it absolutely minimum priority. Let's see now. Oh yes, the plank apocalypse is upon us. Because now I can't do anything until I have any amount of crude saw blades. How does this always happen? How does this reliably happen so many times? Well, there's probably a very uncomfortable answer to that. All right, I think it's time to end this episode. I really appreciate you guys. Genuinely appreciate each and every one of you who watches these videos, gives me ideas. Positive feedback, constructive feedback. It's all welcome. I really, really do mean it. But of course, Beard Boosters, you see the names on the screen, make it possible to continue doing all this nonsense and, you know, publishing a video just about every day. Some weeks I publish 6, some weeks I publish 5. But they make it possible to do this with as small as the channel is, relatively speaking, with the incredible amount of support from you guys just by watching, or those people by directly subsidizing. You know, most channels with about 20,000 subscribers can't really do this full time. But the support that you guys give and my relatively low maintenance lifestyle, I guess, combined to make this possible. And I'm having a great time. I'm truly thankful for each of you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Stay safe, have fun, as I make noise with my can of Dr. Pepper that is empty, falling over, and I'm going to go have some dinner. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.